Hi guys, Shiva wanted to say hello, so there she is. Hi. She just talks a lot. She sounds vicious, but she's really nice. Okay, thanks for helping me. All right, so here we are. It's week 13. You guys are doing a really good job at keeping up, most of you. I just want to say that I know it feels impossible if you are behind. I've been there, but don't make the same mistake I did. When I fell behind as a freshman, I just stopped participating, and that is not what I would recommend. So make sure that if you are behind, you let me know today. Send me an email, tell me that you're behind, tell me which assignments you have missed. Just send me a list and we will figure out how to catch up a little bit. If you wait much longer, it will be almost impossible. So please let me know today if you're behind and interested in catching up. But most of you are on track and I'm really proud of you. I know last week was a little bit more confusing just because we're trying to get into groups, we're doing a new project, and I'm not here to answer questions in person. But I haven't gotten too many questions online that weren't easy to clarify. Anytime I get a couple people asking the same question, I try to post an announcement for you. So it's really important. And I know that if you're watching this, you're not the person who's not looking at the announcements, but it's really important to keep up with all those announcements. I try to send them regularly, so that you're, just abreast of the situation. You should already be in a group for the group project. If you are not in a group for the group project, you do need to be in one like today. So I would need to know today if you're not in a group via email, and then I will do my best to get you in a group. At this point, if you're not in a group, you might end up in a group with someone from a different class. But you're all doing the same project, so I think that'll work out just fine. We are nearing the end of the semester for our class. Remember, the end is pretty easy for our class. That's not changing just because we had to reconfigure. So you can see probably at least the titles of all of the things that are coming up. And you can see that week 15, the week before finals week, there's like a reflection and like maybe one other thing or something like that. It's very easy just because we had to have something there. And then the final is just there because we have to have a final, and it's also very easy. So really your focus now, since you're done with your essay revision, is just to do this group project and keep up with your assignments from now on. If you have not turned in your essay revision, I need that like now. So we're gonna have to talk about like getting that submitted. So please email me if you have not turned in your essay revision, because that is worth 15% of your grade. We want to make sure everybody gets the most points possible for that. What else? I don't think that there's any more like crucial information. I do want to emphasize that in your groups, you want to establish group due dates for this project. Do not wait until Friday to do it, or else all of your group members will also have to be waiting on you to respond. That is not fair to the group. So everybody in the group gets the same grade for this project, regardless of who did what. So it's really important that all the posts are there, all the responses are there in a timely fashion. I would say your first posts, your initial 2 posts, should be done by today, tomorrow at the very latest, so that everybody can respond to you. That is so very important for this project. Do not let your group members down. It's not hard to do these posts. It's pretty easy. Make that your top priority this week. Otherwise, everybody will kind of have to do your work for you, or or you'll all get a bad grade. And we don't want that. We want everybody to get all the, 100s on these projects so that you can add 100 for that 5% that it's worth of your grade. Looking forward to your portfolio, you do need to have the essay revision done for the portfolio anyway. It's part of the grade for the portfolio, and so is the group project. So those would have to be done anyway. So get on board, get yourself in a group by emailing me today if you're not already in one. Let me know if you haven't turned in the essay revisions so that we can get you on track. And just make sure that you're doing things in a timely fashion. Make that group project your priority this week. Do everything for the group project first, or as much as you can do, and just stay on top of that. It's the last big thing that we have, besides the portfolio. Now that we're talking about the portfolio, I think it's important to just remember that you don't have to do a lot of extra stuff. If you've been doing everything you're supposed to the whole semester, then that portfolio is going to be really easy. The only new thing you should have to do is the executive summary. The instructions for the executive summary are in the instructions for the final portfolio if you want to look ahead to that. You know, that's the only new thing. It's a very casually written thing. I don't want you to stress over the executive summary. There is a word count for it. So, you know, you do have to produce a document of that word count, but it's really just talking about your writing and your writing process and how the process of revision was helpful, etc. So please don't look at it as something that you need elevated language for or anything like that. You just want to discuss your writing and the process of your writing this semester. I think that will be much easier than like a research paper or something like that, the stuff that you've been doing. So just keep that in mind. If you didn't do the previous large assignments in the semester, then you would have to do those. So just make sure that you have all the contents for the portfolio completed already. Nothing has to be revised or anything if you've already turned it in. So like if you're in Comp 1, Essay 1, you'll turn it in just the way you turned it in as long as it met the word count and the MLA requirements. If it didn't meet the word count, you'd have to go ahead and revise it so that it meets the word count for the final portfolio and the MLA requirements. If you're in Comp 2, you're just turning in that essay revision and your group project as well for the portfolio, as well as your Hoop and Amada artifacts and stuff like that. So we're going to talk more about the portfolio next week. I just wanted to kind of look ahead a little bit so that you just have that in your mind that that's the next thing. But I'd say the group project is priority 1 right now, and or catching up if you're behind. So if you ask your classmates, you know, these assignments have not been difficult assignments since we got back from spring break. So it's just something that you have to actually sit down and take time to execute. So I'm excited to read your essay revisions. I've been really looking forward to those. It will take a little bit to get those graded because I want to make sure, you know, I like to be in a good mood when I grade your stuff because I think it's the most fair. But also, you know, I am juggling a lot right now. So I will do my best to get those graded in a timely fashion. I'm sure all of you did great. And again, I am here if you need me. So if anybody wants to do a Zoom meeting, I tried to do in one of my classes, I tried to say, hey guys, we're gonna have a Zoom meeting today from, you know, this time to this time if anybody wants to drop in. Nobody really dropped in, but if you guys want to do like a Zoom meeting for the class like that, just drop me a note via email or tell me in a discussion group or something like that. And you know, we'll make it happen. So I'm gonna let you go. And I hope to hear from you sometime this week.